cracky, or because at that time, Pete divorce have left. The ambassador in Liberia at the time, he was Pete divorce. A big, tall guy, white man with silver hair, okay? He had left, and they left those two people in charge. Used and used were the acting ambassador at the time, okay? When they decided, and I asked the question, okay? Where is the list of the soldiers? As I'm telling you people, the Dole army have gone around the Masene temple. We were underneath them. They were standing on top of the right there around the back street that go between, that is between the Duka Parties Hotel and right there that crossed in front of Masene and Greystone Stiff under there. Those people stood up there and was shooting in the compound. Whoever they hit is who they killed. That's what. When I hear some of your Liberian people who say you were in army and you defended the country, no, you defended your pocket, just as you people are defending right now. You defended yourself. You defended to stay in power. You will do anything to make sure you stay in power. The lives of Liberian did not matter. That is my story. Listen, this mirror have many faces. That is the face that I saw as a child, as a young adult, okay, who lived through it. And as I'm telling you, those that, and when these people came to that compound, this is when they have gone to Lutheran compound and massacre those people, okay? And some of those people, as the satellite picked them up and they carried them to dump them on Roberts Field Highway, that place was not developed. They found few of them alive and they brought them. One of them, I don't remember all of the name because me not remembering, it's the way that I protect myself. It's the mechanism in which I use. My mother, who is a lot more older than I am, okay, remembers all of these things. I don't, okay? It's the choice that my body made, my mind made to protect me, okay? Sometimes I have those traumatic moments and they will flash depending on what happened, where I found myself, all right? So I'm coming here with my Jabate issue. So y'all can know. Those people make conscious decision to decide. Let me tell you something. When the rebel entered Buto and came through Bound and went back, when the Liberian, the so-called Dole army was sent to Buto and Bound, the people who went there and killed my grandparents, there were people I knew. In fact, it happens that the general was married to my auntie. And he came back and lied and said the rebel that killed them. We didn't find out later until after the war that he led the group, but by the time he got there, it was late. And he found out the men were crime men who settled in Imba, and his wife, both of his wives, one was Gia and one was Manu. Y'all see how the family split? Okay. And my aunt ended up leaving him after the war, because he lied. He was not in the front. When the soldier got there, they just grabbed people that they could grab and they killed. They didn't ask questions. And I'm sure Grandpa tried to tell them. And even if he had said to them, I am a crime man, they would have said he was lying. And what would he have done? His wives would have been killed too, because they were Gio and Mano people. Okay? Y'all see where I'm going with this? And when I tell Liberian people, I cannot afford to be prejudiced. Because if you plot the map for my ancestry, I am a blender person. So I have to be ethical. I have to be equitable. I must speak the truth at all times. If they hate Gio people, if they hate Crown people, if they hate Mano people, if they hate Bassa people, Guevo, Crew, Gisi, Pele, it should not matter. It should be about Liberia. So let me come back here with Mr. What's his name? Mike Jabate. Mike Jabate used to, in fact, I got a recording with Mike Jabate insulting, okay, Daniel Nathan, mother, sitting in a car. Most of you not see that. I'm not trying to promote him, all right? I will not try to promote him. Okay, insulting Daniel Nathan in the car. When he was supporting Thomas Fala, when he took Thomas Fala that time for them to give the cow to the people, he was in your car insulting people. so he can't complain. But I'm going to play a few videos to y'all. My Jabata say he threatened me. Listen, you can curse me. Prophet King not cursed me before. He said not cursed me before. Plenty of people not cursed me before. Okay? That's not, I don't care because you don't define me. But when you threaten my life, I am a fountain. There are lives that are connected to me to be fed. Okay? I am a human being. I do not have a spare life. I have one. And Liberia is my country. Okay? When you said, especially somebody who claimed that you went to Russia for training, somebody who claimed that you were a child rebel, you killed before, and you know how to kill. When you sit and think about it, that was not a fluke. Listen, democracy requires me, and my job on no level will never be. I don't care what position he holds. He can even be the president of the Republic of Liberia. We have nothing in common. Our only commonality is we are human beings and we both are Liberians. No disrespect to him. We are from different era. We are from different class. Okay, in respect to intelligence, in respect to education, in respect to the life lived experience, how I see the world or our worldview, they're all different. No disrespect to him. But when you become a hypocrite, that all of you, I see everybody running with Prophet Key. We watched a young man in Lofa County murder in broad daylight during the campaign. You didn't get mad. Just that you guys are not mad now that for 250,000 lives were taken. You're not mad. You didn't get this mad, okay? When over 1,200 Liberian children were raped in 90 days, you didn't get that mad. You people are not mad that little boys are being ripped at an industrial scale, but you are not mad. You are mad because you know what? I remember during the war when we tried to cross to go to Sierra Leone, my family were pulled over. My mother was insulted with gun in her face by a child that cannot be any older than 7. My mom is still here. Those who did not live that day, did not live, they can tell the story. My mom got cursed. They didn't kill her. She still remembers it. It was traumatizing to see a baby with AK-47 insulting a woman that could be his grandmother. Yeah, we all felt it. We all remembered it because we all were there. My mom just wanted for her sons to pass. Guess what? My family faced Spring Johnson and Quinn Vani and the rest of them in Brewerville at the intersection of Taylor and Spring Johnson. When they call us and put us in line, we watch people get murdered. My mother fasting on her feet. I think it was God because the name, she didn't even call the name. And Vani thought he heard a name. And my mom accounted for it. That will save us. They cursed us. Prince Johnson and his group cursed us. He spoke Gio, my mom spoke Gio. He spoke Mano, my mom spoke Mano. He spoke English, my mother spoke English. He still say we were Congo people. It's just the way we looked. You're foolish Congo people. I come here, I get your food. Say I'm not country. You take the food and give it to your Congo people to feed them, to give them energy to come and kill our people. And my mom, for her children, all of her children were dead. Say we're not Congo people. As my mom tried to speak, Prince Johnson would not allow my mother to speak. Thank God that particular day, Vani was there, Quinn and Vani. Quinn and Vani. When Prince Johnson said, you needed the men first to kill them before you kill us. And my mom said, you can't kill my boys first. You kill them, you kill all of us together. And whatever my mom said, and whatever Vonnie thought he heard my mom called one of the acting ambassador at the embassy name. And my mom just said, yes, it was. That's what kept us alive. So here's what I'm saying here, point I'm making. My Jabate is not a joke. My Jabate tell me he's a former child rebel. Just as Bob Naked tell us he ate over 20,000 babies. I don't know who babies they were. I don't know they were babies from Nima Kante. I don't know they were babies from Grand Bassa Kante. I don't know they were babies from Bon Kante because they're the place that were closer to him. Or from Riverside. They are yet to tell us. And these people are doing nothing. These people are walking. These people are bragging. So my Jabate, my life is in my Jabate him. I am not playing. So I am looking for a pro bono lawyer to take my case. If time comes and I find out that this does not work, I will find another means. Okay, I have already filed a complaint here that in Liberia, my life has been threatened, and my life was threatened, and my Jabate will give me a position of power. Okay, who threatened my life? By this government. Not only did he's talking about this is second round. This is not only that. Here after when my Jabate was nominated, my Jabate called Yeke Kwaluba before his confirmation. Okay, and this is where I question the Senate. The Senate that refused Zorizo yesterday. All right. My Jabate called within that time when he was just a minister designate. All right. And threatened. Let me play this to y'all. I'm going to bring my Jabate picture stuff on, and I'm going to play that because I want y'all to listen to that. Because now maybe he can explain that to all of us, how you got, before I play his other video. Okay? Y'all give me a moment. Y'all give me a moment, and I'm going to play this. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Y'all, hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and play this. This is not a joke. This is what we are dealing with in Liberia. These are the kind of mind we're dealing with in Liberia. And I see, and I'm going to go, even my Uncle Pete, I see him talking about Yaka cannot talk. Why is that a problem now? When Prophet Key was insulting, okay, he raised money and gave it to Pape Boaka to run campaign. Pape Boaka called him, put a hand on his back. Where I come from as a country girl. After all of this, when Prophet Key bent over and Pape Boaka blessed him, put a hand on his back. What does that say to you? You are looking at, listen, for us who work in education, there's something that they call rewarding and discouraging behavior. When you reward bad behavior, okay, it becomes a graduated behavior because eventually it's going to explode. That's what you are doing, okay? What Liberia has continued to do, we watch Jeremiah Pia insult people. We watch Donald Lutano insult people, call people that he can never come to their toes, insult them. They have no problem. We watch Eugene Fagon insult people. We watch your call people name. We watch your lie. We watch even the president lie and lie on our oath. Okay? And I'm saying that. We gave Queen Johnson, who beat up a boy for wearing CDC uniform until he died from his injury. Okay? Today, Facebook might black me. But you are telling me somebody cursed. I don't think somebody go, Prophet Key not cursed me before. He not cursed my mom before. In fact, Prophet Key took a week to curse me when Alexander Cummings, ANC, okay, formed the Cummings for Liberia team. And people who have never shown their face anywhere, not in person, not on social media, not speaking on anything, and my name was not there. He cursed me. He said, yeah, you are. I told you, you are foolish. He called me all the name, everything. Prophet Key, even before that, let me tell you something. Prophet Key used to call me wisdom, me and Deacon JJ in 2018. Prophet Key supported CDC. When CDC won and things were not going the way he thought it would go, he started cursing. I didn't know. I've never met him. I didn't even know what happened. And one day, my sister-in-law called me and said, do you know that little boy? I said, who? He said, that boy is rude. She also told me about Pazawe. But we have never crossed paths, and we crossed paths at this time. Okay? When Prophet Key was in Morocco, Prophet Key came live, he apologized to everybody. He would not use profanity again. All right. And I called him to ask him because I didn't see those videos. Prophet Key was homeless, was living with, I'm saying it, was living with Patrick, a seditious, because they were living together. Something happened between him and Patrick. Patrick went to jail. When Patrick kidnapped, Patrick told him to leave his house. All of y'all know this story. Patrick went and got access to put it on the door for Prophet Key prophecy because he brought them to the house. Liberian people reached out to me at the time. I had the largest platform. Rose Nepe, Pazawe will tell you. Ask Lofa Julius. I left my classroom. I sat in the car and called Liberian people. We raised $3,500, okay, to get a place for Prophet Key to move. A week later, Prophet Key came on Facebook. Instead of telling the people, thank you, he said, man, at me, that $3,500 that I'm supposed to get thank you for, he found out that we can raise money for him. I stay away from him, especially when he started cursing. Okay, he cursed me. But you know what? I set the example. The curse did not kill my mother. Okay, especially abuse that's not coming from your child, it's not coming from your family. What is that? My Jabate threatened me, and he threatened when he was designated, and Papa Boaka did not withdraw his. So those of you who come here and say Yeke curse, Yeke learn the cursing. Just as when Taylor then came, when Ellen then came, all right, it was part of. This is the word they created. Is it an excuse? No, that is the reality. That is our reality as Liberian. And until we can answer those questions, thank you, Samuel, until we as a nation decide that we will hold people accountable, that we will not reward behavior, this behavior will continue. We will continue to find body in the street. People will continue because they found out that when they kill people, when they insult people, when they diminish people, when they disparage people, they get rewarded to be in a position that otherwise they will never be, that is not merited. So let's listen to Mike Tabate. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna listen to Mike Tabate. So he calling into Yeke Koluba. This is Mike Tabate. I want you to remember this. Mike Tabate, this is doing where is it? All right. I want you all listen. Hopefully you can hear it clear. Okay. So let me open this. Let me make this more. All right. This is Mike Jabate. I'm gonna go ahead and put the banner up so you can see his face. This is Mike Jabate. Y'all listen up. This is Yeke Koluba. This is when he was designated.
Hello. Hello. How are you, sir? What? Okay, I'll be with you. I'll be with you. Okay, man. Okay, man. Okay, man. Okay, Mr. Minister.
Did you hear that? Do I need to play that again? That's Mike Tabate. Y'all listen up.
Okay, man. I'll be with you. I'll be with you. Okay. Okay, man.
Okay, so now you're here. So Mike Jabate is lying. That's Mike Jabate. That just hopefully it was clear. Hopefully you all heard it. That's Mike Jabate. That was after. So this is not campaign time. This is after the election. After he had threatened me, they designated him. Okay, and that's when he called Yeke. Okay, and they have not questioned him. I think he visited the office. They called him to the office of the police chief, and that was that. And he got confirmed. He got confirmed. Now I feel, and I was looking for this video. Now I have the video. I feel my life is threatened. Okay, and I'm gonna play this one too for y'all, so everybody can see. I'm not gonna, because this is a nasty person. Okay, so per se, I don't want to play all of this because it's not something that you want for your children to listen to. So I want you all to listen to this. This is my Jabate. This is my Jabate here again. All right. Let's say sitting in the car when he was going against what you name Thomas Fala. All right. Here he is here insulting people. So to say that it was in the heat of, it's an excuse. We all bring heat, but we speak our mind. Here is my Jabate.
They will step in your mouth.
Okay. It's not something that we say, yes.
Your mouth hole. Your pa asshole. If your man boy you good, go and vote for Thomas Salah. They will step in your mouth, will step in your pa. Your mouth hole. Your mouth hole. Your pa asshole. If your man.
Okay, Uncle P, you can listen to this and you can also listen to this, okay? All of you who talking. All of you who talking. And he's from Thomas Fala. He went back. I don't know what they gave him. He went back to Thomas Fala. That's the time he was cursing everybody. Where they gave, he carried Thomas Fala and they gave him the goat, not goat, but the cow, and people were teasing him. Yeah, he is insulting me right here. Yeah, he is. Now that he has admitted to this, all right, let's listen to Mike. Okay, let's listen to Mike. Let's listen to Mike. Hopefully that won't play, but let's listen to Mike here. Yeah, he is. And sadly, this is the world that we live in. I wanted this to be here. Here's Mike Jabate.
Yasini, I didn't want to deficit out of my life. If I was in America, I would take my damn pistol and just fuck that woman up and kill her. Bust her brain. But God bless you, not in America. If I was in America by this time, then they say a black niggas already killed a Liberian girl. I'm telling you, I would take my pistol and just fire her. Yasini, I didn't want to deficit out of my life. If I was in America, I would take my damn pistol and just.
That's Mike Jabate, folks. Tell me he will honor duress. That's democracy. I chose a write-in ballot. I don't even think he understands what a write-in ballot is, per se. Okay? I don't think he understood what a write-in ballot is. He didn't ask question. I teach government in this country. I teach civic. Okay? And that's what I like to talk about tonight. So, Mike Jabate, I'm sure you're going to listen today. I will take your butt to court. My life, you were sent when I come to Liberia, wherever I am, even in the United States. And I also want you to know that the U.S. government is very aware, okay, including the U.S. Embassy. And I will also be writing, besides sending a letter, I will send an open letter, okay? I will send an open letter again to the U.S. Embassy, to all embassy around the world, that you're threatening my life, that you are dangerous, all right? Maybe African people, other MSA may not, how you call it, you can go there. But I will. If I need to send some to United Nations, I will. And I need to publish in a newspaper that will allow me, I will. But I am seeking a lawyer, a legal mind, who does not mind doing a pro bono work, okay? This could be a landmark case, all right? And that's how people make their names. So if you are a lawyer out there, okay, let's try the system. If you're an apprentice, let's try the system. Let's try the legal system. Whatever support you need, research and all of that, I don't mind. When I went to grad school for my MBA, I have to do legal environment. I have to do a lot of case study. And besides, as a history teacher, I do a lot of case study. Comparing different things to teach it and everything that is changing, current event. So I don't mind being your support, whatever you need. And I have a lot of tools at my fingertip as an educator in America. I have intercollegiate library that I can log into and find cases. All right. If I can find cases in Liberia, I can find other comparable in the United States. Okay. And bring that up. I can support you. But we need to try the justice system in Liberia. I know to some degree it has its flaw, but let's see if we can test that. People did that in America. For instance, during slavery. During slave state and free state, we have the what the name it will come to mind. We have a lot of cases that we can compare, and with this case, all right. So I have spent my time here. Hopefully, I make this case. If you are a Liberian, here, Prince, hey Emmanuel, yes, he asked. Exactly. Exactly. Sis Rebecca, Samuel. Yes. Sis Yamincho, Suwa Morris. Thank you. All right. Um, Wayne, thank you. All of you who log in, please share the video. Now, I see y'all running around here. Some of y'all running and being moral here. Okay. Most of you running around being moral here. I'm not talking because Prophet King never cursed me. Prophet King cursed me. And I would say he's my brother, my little brother. Okay. He has insulted me. But you know what? Based on the camera, that's free speech. I would rather not hear you use those words. But you cannot pass judgment on one crime and leave the other crime. I don't see y'all talking about the rape that's going on in Liberia. Less than a month ago, 7 boys with a child, a 16-year-old. We don't know if he was charged as an adult. Rape one boy. You know what your country is saying? You know what your children are saying? This is what's happening to them. Those of us who work with children, we get training. We got signs that we must watch out for. When our children enter our classes, we have the responsibility to observe them, to observe the behavior. Okay, you must know you got to be what? You got to be the educator, you got to be the doctor, you got to be the psych, you got to be the what do you call it, mandatory or compulsory reporter. You have to be the encourager, you have to be the trusted adult. Okay, because those kids are in your care. So if your child the kids show up one day and you see they're different, you have a responsibility to report that. You have a responsibility to inquire, to find a way to kind of get one with that child to understand where they're going. Children, okay, number one, you people see this internet, your buy phone because everybody getting phones and give it to your children. They're watching men and men, women and women. They're watching all kind of sexual behavior, and they're underage. They will practice it. Children are prone, children are inquisitive. Children want to learn. They want to jump in as a child, as a young adult when I first came to this country, because some of these behavior or practices was not the norm for me growing up, okay, in a home. In a home. All right. Even as a young lady, as a teenager, when I went out, I went with adults. Okay? And your children are open. And parents, I remember this as a teenager living on the beach in in Liberia on the old road behind the Madingo, not Madingo graveyard, that was later, behind the surface ice cream shop and the Malawi compound, which was the U.S. Army compound. My neighbor was Babala. I want you to tell, and I tell y'all, I told you I would add my voice so you can follow back about Babala, the father, and now the son, the neighbor baby. And when the time comes, I will talk about it. For now, I'm going to focus on this. Okay. Now, Jackson Edo was my neighbor when I was growing up. That's Doe's brother. Babala was my neighbor. Emmanuel Shores was my neighbor. In my late teen, in high school, Vonnie Sherman was my neighbor. In fact, my family used to supply Vonnie Sherman. We had a standby big generator that we used to supply almost all of the community. I remember that. Okay. But I'm going to go on the old road. All right. The people who have color spot were my neighbor. The animal clinic were my neighbor. I still remember the kids that we used to hang out with. Yetro was the Dutch boy who parents had the color spot. Son was the son of the people who had the animal clinic. Yeah. So yeah, I go up exposed to some degree. All right. Now, what the point I'm making? I saw most of your parents who were in government, how they acted. I remember when my uncle would come from work, he always had anxiety. Try to pass around that yard. They would call him Congo man because my uncle was very fair skinned. Okay. His mother, Esther Lou Cooper, was a dentist. And he will always, and they kill him. They kill him during the war. So for somebody who lost so much, I'm not taking anything for granted. So Mike Japate, you are a liar. And you are not a man. You don't have boss. You did not apologize to me. You make excuses. I don't need your apologies. I want you to understand the people of Liberia. We don't need apologies. What we need, Liberia, is justice. We need people to be accountable for their behavior that they exhibit, or else we're going in circle. We are on a freaking merry-go-round that is not going anywhere. Okay? Because these behaviors have been rewarded. And so long these behavior, like killing people, like insulting people, okay, like more justice, all right, and that means we lack leadership. That's what we are. I put my link out here. Anybody who want to log, anybody who want to call in. So the question that begs an answer before I leave is justice in Liberia principle, or is it performance? I'm seeing that with the Prophet Key case. Listen, if I'm like you, I would only talk about Prophet Key. I talk about what you call it? I talk about Minipaka Domaye. I spoke about what is boy name? Moba Malu here. I spoke on behalf of people who blatantly will get on Facebook. I know they don't like me. Some of them insult me. But once their right is trampled over, as an advocate, it is my responsibility to stand up and speak up. You know, sometimes I may not get the full information, or I may not, and I would take my time, take a step back. And you would know me. I clearly define my side. I don't say, you know, I'm in the middle, the person is my friend, the person not my friend. It does not matter to me. Even if you're my friend, I will speak my truth to you. That's the kind of person I am. Truth means a lot to me. Yeah, maybe I'm naive. Maybe we live in a world of illusion, that things are not what it seems. But if that is the truth, I want to be the one true thing that is. Even in death, I want to be. I want to be. And that's what I do. All right? So Most of you now know Mike Zapata is a liar. He's a fraud. The truth is not in him. He's not a man. He does not have the balls to own up to his behavior. Okay, that he's stomach driven, because the only reason he's talking now is because it favors him. When he switched and he was cussing my Jabate, at the time he was cussing people. We were sending people like me was sending him from country to country to do work for me, to help people, to carry money and give single people, old people, to help people with their lapa, help them with this and that. And we were doing that in droves from here to help people out. So then when Thomas Fala gave him money, then he turned around and turned against people. And the people dragging on Facebook. When Thomas Fala did not win. So that picture is all. It tells you he's not an ethical person. He's a wishy-washy person. He's an unstable person. But you know what? He still have his conscience because he had not drank soda yet. He had not drank poison yet. So long he's still working, he has his cognitive system to some degree intact, and there's a need for him to pay for it. There's a need for him to answer for the threat that he put against my life. Because if I go to Liberia and anything happened to me, he is responsible for that. God forbid. So those of you who are reaching out to him, let him know that's precisely what Yacindy said. And I'm saying it again. Okay? And those of you who's sitting out here and talking Tabata that Yeke should not be on show. Which of us supposed to be on show? Which of us in Liberia need to be on show? The corruption that is plagued the country. Which of us supposed to be on show? Which of us supposed to be on any show? Which of us in this country, even in Liberia, supposed to be on the show? The country that bore its babies before they even turn 14 and 13. Your land, your children, and carry them for tests. Majority of your babies, the country that little girls and boys are up and down selling, and everybody rolled up their sleeve and power by them. You have conscience, you all got moral, that your children are out in the street. The parents are no fool. Kids are taking their own life because they don't know where their life is going. Which of us in Liberia have the moral temperature to disparage anybody? I'm saying that. Which of you? You know, the Bible said no thing is greater than the order. It said it's the sin against the Holy Spirit. So which of you talking? Which of you talking? What? What? Yaka is the product of the system that forced him, that put gun in his hand, that murdered his own brother in front of him, cut off his hand. You say it's a gate drop. Do you guys know that? Do you know the pain that each of us carry? Oh, y'all didn't have no problem yesterday when Yaka was cussing and calling Josh, we are out. Y'all didn't have no problem. He was a traditional man. He was smart. He knew what he was doing. We can't move the goalposts when it does not benefit us. And that's the problem. You're either it or you're not. You never hear me use profanity. I have enough diction. I can describe you without having to use profanity. So you'll tell me, which of us, as we're speaking, how many Liberian children were raped last year? Over 4,000. Those are the ones that were brave enough to report it. Brave enough, I said, to report it. Even at that, we're yet to pay their attention. So tell me again, which of us supposed to be talking? And that's not only girls. Now they're raping all women my age. I saw a woman 57 years old where a guy grabbed her and raped her as she fought back. You're outraged? How many of you talking about that? How many of you talking about that? A few years back, they have men getting in the bushes and raping babies, 4 years old and 2 years old. And they say it was chimpanzee until Dr. Richardson and I got involved. When the other low grade were raped, we have to send money to take her from a secretary and bring her to Monrovia. Since we got involved, chimpanzee didn't come back to town to rape anybody, child, until the election came and passed. How many of you have asked the young man just before the election who and his brother were getting and got in the car and he ended up naked and they took his brother and they yet to be found? Which of you have asked? You're busy talking about the craziness you're putting in us. We are all crazy. We are all crazy. Some of us have learned to control ours, to breathe it through. When you watch people that you care about murder in cold blood and no accountability, okay? And then you'll come back and your excuse is the person caused. What we heard during the war, 14 years, what do we hear? We're seeing Liberians. We have witnessed some of the unthinkable in this lifetime. What do we hear? Your mom with a P word. That was a commonplace. It still is. You have no respect for women. Like we have no respect for the woman vagina, where y'all came from. That's the same word, vagina. Yes, it's the biological word for the female part, vagina. You'll get used to it. It's not a curse. That's where you came from, all mankind. How when God said and procreate, that's where it is. You have no respect. You treat women in Liberia like they're product, not just good product, cheap product. And you're complaining about your daughters. Do you protect them? Do you protect them? Do you protect your daughters? Now you're not protecting your daughter. Your sons are laying, bending over on their knees. Some of them they go beg for school fees. No nation that is current generation beg to be educated is going anywhere. We are becoming slaves in our own country. So y'all want to speak? Y'all speak to the cause. What is the cause? Poverty. What is the cause? Lack of moral. You know, confusion said? The strength of the nation depends on the integrity of the home. The home is merely symbolic. It's a metaphor. Okay? The leadership. Your home has a leadership. It has a structure. How many Liberian homes at this point have structure? Majority of your husband, they're sleeping with little girls and little boys. That's the fact, especially those in a position of power that can afford it. Your government official from the UP time to now, most of them are bar, undercover brothers. I call nobody name. Where do you derive the name? Cross the street to Susanna. You give people job so you can sleep with them. They put your name on stuff for them to go for conference. You go next to the next thing, somebody coming your half of your men in Social Security, half of them they're bar. They're undercover brothers. So what you're talking about? Y'all got morals? Y'all got morals? Your presidents put their hand in the coffers of the nation, the money that's supposed to be for the nation, and steal it for their girlfriend and friends. Y'all got morals? Like only because word profanity is the only problem in the place. My Jabate, you will answer me in court. Listen, you will answer me in court. You will pay for my pain and suffering. And so long you are alive with your group, You will protect me when I come to Liberia. You're going to make sure when I'm in Liberia, I'm safe until I return to my family. Let me tell you that. And I will make sure the America that you dream about, you will not come to it because you're a killer. And we don't take that lightly here. You can curse me all you want, but you cannot threaten me. You can threaten my life. In this country, we can curse the president of the United States. What kind of nonsense? You curse Bwaga and so what? I don't condone it. But you know what? That's free speech. You see people calling Donald Trump the B word. They telling you the F word. Not only to him, his whole freaking family. You see him wasting his time. When you're doing your job, you don't get to listen to what anybody said. It's because you're not working. Children, little boys are begging just to bark and people. Then they get raped and you're sitting down. You're burning down our capital. You're lie on people. I'm saying it. You know what? And for those of you, lawyers in Liberia, no disrespect to y'all. What I learned when I went to school in a legal environment, my law teacher, you know what he said? She might be legal and may not be moral. Moral may not be legal. It could be both. So two things can be right at the same time. Another thing that I need for you to understand, laws is about this. Law is tradition and culture depending on where it derives and based on precedent. You need critical thinking, what we call common sense. That what people say common sense, not common. All right? So there's nothing set in stone and say it's a law. The one that started from England, it was based on the culture and tradition. Then they codified it. Then from Rome, that way it started from. That's it. I just gave you a short history of law. So why I encourage people to, majority of the initial lawyers that were in Liberia, they learned from apprenticeship. They didn't go to school. Some of the best lawyers, they didn't go to school, even in the United States. So y'all start talking that your notes got to be in book. No disrespect to anyone. Me, as a tech, earlier on my early years, when I did telecommunication electronics and I worked with engineers, I did apprenticeship. And I started writing test procedure. I was writing machine language. I was rewriting tests that were in technical writing because the refugees that came from Laos that came, we needed to simplify. Since I was using it, calibrating, testing, and doing quality control, broke down those things to make sure that people understood to do that. It's common sense. I'm not saying don't go to school. Education is very important. Only a few people will have maybe the IQ of 145, 175 and up, all right? Education is especially fundamental education, the K1 through 12. It's very important because you need your foundation, okay? You need your foundation before you can go anywhere. Zuckerberg created something that no other man have created before. You didn't go to school for it. Yeah, you and your friends, college kids. Most of the application you're using, you're dancing with college kids, not graduates, not professional, college kids. And that's why it is important to give our children a foundation, a strong foundation. Now, I'm going to call it a night. JMB, and I'm saying this. You rewarded a man who threatened people. Not only did he threaten me, he threatened Yeke. You knew about it, you and your people. And he coming to give me excuse. Like I say, I'm going to make a post tomorrow. I am asking anyone in Liberia. I'm going to start from here. I want to test, and here is what, and here it is. I want to see the legal minds of Liberia. I want to see how they function, where they think. I want to understand that, you know. Here it is. Let me see, where am I here? When all of this go out, then people will come show up and say they are. This is what I wrote. Okay, this is what I wrote earlier. As long as leadership continue to reward bad behavior, Liberia will find it difficult to move forward. Threatening a person's life because of their choice, okay, because of their choices is not simply inappropriate, it is deeply undemocratic. And no society can truly call itself just if fear is allowed to replace freedom. Justice must never bend to power, personality, or politics. Justice is consistent, okay? It's constant, not consistent, but constant. Justice is principle, okay? When that consistency filter public or falter, public trust does not collapse loudly. It erode quietly. And that's why I think, yes, bad people, when you say, oh, this is like, this too is Liberia, nothing will happen. I used to say, how you always say nothing will happen. And Liberian people will say nothing will happen. When people lose trust in the justice system, and when people start taking matters into their own hands, when the people, the citizens are telling you nothing will happen, you need to start being troubled. You start, as a leader, you need to start taking heed, because that's what happened before 1980. That's what happened before 1990, when people thought there would be no recourse, no moral recourse, no legal recourse. They would either have to become vigilante or take matters into their own hand. At moments like this, we are reminded that the true test is not of individual, but of the system itself, the strength of its laws, the courage of its legal minds, and the integrity of its justice institution. It is now our next step to put that system to test. That is my goal, to put that system to test, and we're going to do that. Okay? Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. We're going to put that system to test. We're going to make sure I'm looking for a lawyer in Liberia or a law student who don't mind testing the system. Let's try this together. I don't mind doing your research for you. I mean, I have access to libraries, from intercollegiate library, different, how you call it, different because I'm an educator in America, I got free tool that I can help you. I'm also good at doing research because I did an MBA, okay, and I'm in advanced classes trying to get myself on the other side of title. So yes, I don't mind helping at all, okay, and that's the goal. Yes. Yes, no, it's not free speech, Brother Joe. It is not free speech. When you don't threaten people, I'll just use the example here. I say, even in this America, you see, you had a cousin, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Okay, supposed to be the richest country in the world. It's no longer the most powerful. They're just a bully now. Until then, okay, but they curse him. They call him all the names, and his wife and his children. He don't follow that. So in the call Boaka name, so if I'm somebody who can curse, today I was saying call Boaka all the need my papa. But my mother didn't teach me that way. I did not grow up that way. I didn't teach my children that way. I have no intentions, because I taught my children to speak to issues, to stay with the issue, to debate issue, okay, to have a side, the pros and cons, why they support thing, and be able to justify or defend it without using all of those elementary school words or Sunday school words, for that matter. So that's that. Now, to end, my time here is over. I've gone way over. Okay, I want to say to all of you, Papi Boaka knew this when he, or maybe he may not, appointed Mike Japate. When Mike Japate was designated, Mike Japate called Yeke and threatened to kill him, that he was a Russian twin. I'm sure the lawmakers heard that too. Nothing can pass them, all of them on Facebook. So that is my call. I'm going to stop here. Okay. Mike Japate is a former child soldier. He's a former killer. He still is a killer, because there have been no consequence for their behavior in Liberia. We see people killed. We see people standing on their feet and they say they committed suicide. They tie stuff around their neck. We see people body found in their own homes in the pool of blood. We see a woman come from Canada, build her house, went to killed, take it out of the building, put in her own mattress, burn her, and nothing, chop her off, nothing happened. That is the country. So I feel the fear for my life. And I want everybody to know, yes, that is correct. That is correct. Nothing is happening. You're yelling. The road are being paved. That road, the money were reserved. How much money have we gotten? But that's a story for a different day. All right, I'm gonna move this. Let me chronicle here. Justice, that would be a question that all of us will answer. Is justice principle? Or is there a performance in Liberia? Is it? Peter Bonjala and two other men, three of them raped a boy. What the name of the other people who raped him? Uncle Pete, y'all asked the question instead of talking about cussing. I love you out of this word. What the other two grown men who raped him for 3 days and ruptured his internal organ? Where is this other dude? McGill. Where is he? The president's nephew who raped a girl, called her for a job in a hotel and forced to sleep with her. Yo, you're not talking about that. Your speaker who called a woman in, the woman said, no, I'm not ready to. He raped her. Then she was sad. She turned around, oh, he finished and said, well, boyfriend and girlfriend. You are not boyfriend and girlfriend. You said no so many times. You said no, it was not consensual. He's a rapist. You're not talking about the cussing you're talking about. The speaker of the house, who Madela Kuba just said that her husband raped a woman. And it also tells you how unaware Liberian women are. You told a man 3 times. No, you don't want him to touch you. But guess what? Then you come by and say, oh, you said we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. After you had told him so many times. Okay? What is that? What is that? And that's how most Liberian girls lose their innocence. I know that. I live in Liberia. And that's what y'all did during the war. You're acting as Liberian women. Body belong to y'all. Now the little boys. Now the question I begs and answer, the men that were yelling yesterday, Alexander Cummings that day, Alexander Cummings being in Liberia for over 10 years. Over 10 years. Built a multi-million, over $5 million worth of building. The first 10 institute for Liberian children in Liberia. None of your children now say, the men now say hello to me or pass by me. None of your wives now say that, or your daughters say they men made a pass by me. To accomplish what that man accomplished, you must be disciplined. Self-control. You know, the Bible said the man who conquer himself cannot be conquered. You must have self-control. Not just among people. You know, even biblically speaking, you know what brought down all the most powerful men in the Bible or in the word that you can know? Sex. Woman and man business. Troy, a kingdom will burn down for a woman. Even Caesar, when you talk about Marco Aurelius. You think about that. The way the world used to connect kingdom, that by marriage, the sex, and the way it was destroyed. The big Solomon that we talk about, David that we talk about, Samson that we talk about, if those stories are true, and you want to believe that, you think about it. You think about it. The man who conquered himself cannot be conquered. For you, right now, America, the whole world is shaking. Prince of kingdom are being persecuted and stepping down. Denmark, England, you name it. Multi-billionaires, people who have built institutions, people who mind have conceived stuff that had never been birthed. Today, for what between their legs, they're being shamed. Some of them will die in disgrace. Some of them will lay down. Take that. We can tell you that. Where are those people who are calling other people gay? Because we know the UP led people. Now where they are, we learn that cross the sea to Susanna, double sin. That then, for scholarship, you go bend over or you get on your knees. You got me to contend with, but you will give me justice. My Jabase threatening my life. That's not free speech. Prophet Key, that's free speech. Come to America and hear people cussing. In fact, you don't have to come to America. Pull your black people there and put you on different platform. The cussing. And the people can curse the King of England, the Queen of England. Who like great people, they can curse. You're working for us. If we frustrated, we'll curse you. You don't want to be cursed, don't get into public office. Me and I in public office, I've been cursed. People curse me here. How I don't sleep with my husband, how I don't do this. And the Alexander Cummings that were doing this one here, and you all drag me, Prophet Key. Y'all used to be under that post. Sharing it for Prophet Key. Prophet Key raised money for Darius DeLong. Why he was cursing us. All of us. He raised money for Pabuaka. You all didn't see him, no? Yaga Kwaluba did the same. He was a man of culture. You didn't have no problem with him. You were using those same vulgarity. Why is that different now? Why you want to change it? Why? If you supported it yesterday, why you putting somebody in jail for that? I'm going to stay here. I want to stay to all of you. I stayed longer than I anticipated. Okay. I will see you in the morning. I want to say thank you for listening. To those of you who shared that video yesterday, thank you. That video went viral on my end. I know because I saw even Lofa was shared, a lot of you shared. Thank you for those of you. And I want to say again from the bottom of my heart, thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I am grateful. I don't do this for recognition. I do it because the Lord has called me to do it. Because I want to leave a better Liberia for my children and their children. Because at this point, I'm a grandmother. Okay. But I want to leave a Liberia that my mother and father were not strong enough to leave. I want a Liberia where people are accountable, where people are principled. At this point, old man Boaka is the father of the nation. And he must create the backbone to help shape Liberia. Because where we are headed, I'm not sure who is making these recommendations. I'm not sure how these are being vetted. I'm not against anybody. I mean, that's that. The Jackie McCall or whatever her name is, McCall, whatever her name is. That woman started on Facebook. Try to emasculate somebody's husband, Mr. Cummings. Somebody she can only dream. Even her husband, her pa can never be half the man he is because the one job. And those are the people we reward. What does that say to our children? What does that say to what is the message? What is the message? What is the message that we're trying to convey to our children? That you don't have to merit anything? No nation is going to prosper if it is not driven by meritocracy, competition, especially in democracy. Your nation will never prosper. Patronage system that you work in this United States, it didn't work. It did not work. Where we call, y'all go look for it, they call it the political machine or the spoil system. This is where we are going. When a young man like, listen, I can go on. I have said enough. I'm going to call it a day. Again, let me say this to all of you. My Jabate threatened my life. That's not free speech. That is illegal. That is illegal. He threatened my life, and he would pay dearly for this. He would be taken to court. I know somebody would take my case. I know somebody believing somebody would take my case. So I'm making an appeal. Some of you who just graduated from college in Liberia. That's how people make their name. That's how people trying to leave. That's why people create what we call landmark cases. Contact me, inbox me. Let's try the justice system. Anyone. So I'm going to say good night. I see you Thursday evening, but I'll see you tomorrow morning. You're good night. I'm going to go find something to eat. Since I came from work, I'm still here. Okay. Anybody who want that video with what's her name? And there are more video out there. If you're out there and you have more video of what's this boy name? Mike Jabate, please inbox me. You got plenty of video because in fact, I have to go in my inbox and find because you got even I have a video of him where he was insulting Daniel Nathan, his wife and himself, cussing him, sitting in his car. Then he got when he came by, he said how when you go to Bobolo, he sleeps in Daniel Nathan's house, and instead turn around and insulted him. So those of you who are talking about insults, you got bigger fish to fry. Look at your children. Look at them. Thank you. Thank you, Sis Miara. Everybody who log in your thank you. Oh wow. Sincerity. Let me go up here and say thank you to all of you. Love, Sis Miara. Oh, the many of you. Brother Joe. Wow, you have been writing plenty though. Oh, Leon, James, Marshall, Troublemaker Sis. Yes, yeah, you're still here. Okay, Sis Ruth. Oh yeah, I know Sis Ruth. Yes, Prince, Brother Emmanuel, Sis Rebecca, all of you, Sue Morris, thank you, Benedict, thank you, Wayne, thank you. Okay, we know who these people are. Liberian. I know my chapter is not going to stop me from going to my country, but he's going to be taking the call. One mistake I made in this country, and it was my brother who made me make. When UG Fagon lied on me, although he took the post down, I should have stayed with the court system and make sure he got punished. This, I'm not leaving it alone. That's why I already written. My Jabate, let me tell you something about me. All of you in Liberia, let me tell you something about me. Whenever I come to Liberia, I don't know about under this particular government, but the government I was in before. Okay, hey Samuel. Okay, I was protected. Okay. And yet, what I'm going to tell you, I am not, I'm an advocate. If you go to the Minisky website, my profile is there. My name is there. My testimony is there. It is worldwide. If you kill me, you will be famous, but you will be dealt with and your country will be dealt with. I just want you to know that. Okay. Now, hey, Sis Martina, I am going to go ahead and go. 31 minutes supposed to be 1 hour. I've stayed longer. Again, I'm trying to pull my YouTube here so I can put it here. All right. So I started the conversation here. All right. Here is the YouTube link. I started this conversation with my journey during the war. And all of you, I told you. And my day at Greystone Compound. And how I started advocating 43 years ago. Okay, that's what I said. I talked about the so-called Liberian Army, Dole Army, the destruction at the cost at Lutheran Compound. And the next day they show up to the Greystone Compound. And they surrounded the compound and stood over the Maseni temple right in front there to try to kill people in the yard. I said Pete DeVos was the ambassador he had left at the time. There were two men that were in charge of the embassy. Bob Porter for USAID, okay? No, USAID. And David Cracky for USAID, U.S. Information Service, and USAID. Those one was deputy and one was the head. And I said, after the murder at Lutheran Compound, those that the body that they thought they were dead and carried them and dropped them into the swamp in EW Highway. The satellite picked them up. I want when you're lying, you're Liberian official, then you're lying. Everything you're doing, Liberian, the people see it. So if 1990, the people could see everything you were doing. So when you all go, you're right there looking and you're like, you're stupid because you're stupid. Okay, I'm talking about the leadership. I'm saying that you, because when you think other people stupid, that you don't want stupid. No people, they build your buildings. All your buildings are bought. Your country is on satellite. They know everything that you're doing. Those people follow those bodies, Dr. Biana and Dr. Adele. Go find out who were ESW hospital doctor at the time, who were US MSA doctor at the time. Those are the names I'm calling you. They pick up those bodies and they brought them. Two of those people were alive. One was Jimmy. Okay. Jimmy was bushed all over the place. That's how I got some of the names that I got. All right. So for me, who have seen such evil from Liberian people, I don't take anything for granted. For me, who have watched Liberians do evil things to one another, I don't take anything that Liberian person say for granted. Those who wanted to kill us, they were our neighbors. I've seen evil walk broad daylight when we passed the new bridge with bodies. Those were Liberians. Those were neighbors. Those were sisters. Those were brothers. Those were sisters. Those were grandmother. Those were grandfather. Those were uncles. When we saw those bodies floating on the Duke River, the latex rubber, when we passed it, those were Liberians. Y'all know Yaka's story? Yaka's brother was killed, beheaded, and used as a get drop. Y'all know Yaka's story? All of us are crazy. If people who murder you, people you watch it and say, let's just move on, you are crazy. And cussing is your biggest concern. You got somebody who murdered 20,000 children and ate their heart. You have no problem with them. But you are here telling me because somebody cursed and you live in America, you hear they curse Donald Trump every day. You heard them curse Obama every day. You heard them curse George Bush every day. You heard them curse Joe Biden every day. In fact, they say he didn't have no brain. You want to enjoy the perks of freedom or democracy, but you want to sabotage people in your country. You want all the perks of it, okay? But you don't want the challenges that come with it. Freedom is not free. Remember this. And justice is not performance, it's principle. And it's constant, it's consistent, it's not inconsistent. So to the Liberian people, to the government official, to you who want to be moral, there's nothing moral about what you're talking. If you can rape little boys, if you leave your children, you go collect people children up in your country and bring them, turn them into sleep, and you and your husband them sleeping with them in a scene of having party with them. You know the damn moral person. So you're shut up. That's what I'm going to tell you. My Tabate, you will pay for my pee. You will pay for my security. You will pay for the threat you put on my life. I want to understand what the Liberia justice system say. What does that mean? So I'm going to start doing my own research. But I'm reaching out. If you're a lawyer out there, brave enough to take the stand, because you know what? It's Liberia. Let's try the system. Let's try the strength of the justice system. That's what I'm going to say. First, you have to continue to press to share that video. Okay, you'll continue to share that video. If you can put on your friend, may that be my friend. And please, folks, if you're on Second Thought, please follow us on Second Thought. Please share the video. And I want to say thank you sincerely. I want to say thank you. Let me go find something to eat and get ready for work tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you, those of you who have not donated to my birthday. Please donate. Here is my number. Please, I appreciate it. I have to keep the platform going. I am trying to get back on the air in Liberia. Okay, this is my Cash App. This is also my Zelle. Where is that? What is it doing here? Sure. This is my Cash App. This is also my Zelle. I'm going to keep that here, and I'm going to go ahead and. So here we go. Thank you so much. I see more of you coming on, but I got to go, folks, because I can stay here forever. All right? Thank you, love. Thank you. Says Mara, thank you. And thank you for the call yesterday. Those of you who reach out to me to encourage me to stand strong, to make sure this is taken care of, I want to tell you that I appreciate you. Because we're in a society where we have to bounce off of each other, because we also have to think about future consequence. So it's good when people reach out and say, Ma, do it this way, because this is a serious talk. All right. So I want to say thank you to you. Yes, Edward, I was the one that he was insulting. That is correct. Please share that. And I know those of you who support this puppy, and I do. If Papi Bwaka hired the best people and things are changing, and he put his policy in place, all of us will be singing song. Just last week, I said, Papi Bwaka, were the people you are evicted, all right? I will volunteer my time and get look at some case study where they happened before to change this around to help our people. I will volunteer my time, and I will find you engineers and urban planner and architect that most of them will donate their time so we can look at our people with dignity. I didn't say I want to be employed by government. I didn't say I want government job. But if it's to help our people, I will add my voice. Yeah, that means my Tabate were threatening so my people that he. All right. Y'all bye, everyone. That's myself. Please, my birthday still going. I need to pay for this platform, and I need to be on the air in Liberia so we can reach to the masses. And to those of you who can understand, mano, me na kagbe, then my Tabate ka okay. My Tabate agele don ze ewe do. It was sanka. Me na koko Liberia le omieme ze. Me wa o ze me plum ze do Liberia all over. Jira ko tete ko fein. Leko mo instre na mi de no fefe mo. Leko no stre na mi. Leko no me ye stre na mi. Leko no me o to stre na mi. Leka wa mo san sikepia. Yeah. Un lolo my jabate kagbe un lolo akakoti because agere ron zikebe si. De ba kebe no ne kebe si. Ma like be a mi again. Ma mi again. Ma ge mi again. Ma kuna mi again. Ma mi again. Ma bla mi again. Ma gizi mi again. Ma bandi mi again. Okay? Ma bon mi again. We don't fit that like be a me ma okay. Wa mi zokwa okay nze. So mi age there do ize e wasanka. Oge gwana ibli ke yiri po joiner. Or man cannot push you and show you danger. The mere fact that he push you, it means he intends to hurt you. He does not to tell you that it's dangerous. You already know there's a danger. That's why he push you. So if the man threaten you, that's what it means. Good day, everyone. That's my Zelle right there. Whoever want to send me something as we continue, whether you send me something or not, I'm still going to get on air in Liberia. My voice is important to me. Educating the population is important to me. I will continue to speak up. I will talk to you. Few of you here, I'm going to inbox you the link for that, what do you call it, pack, and we will continue talking. Good day, everyone.